Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Fivers Futures Live. I am Dave, your host, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Caesar. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Yourself?
Good. We were just
For
talking
having.
pre-markets. What?
Yes, we were a lovely morning. We were talking pre-markets, looking at the NQ. We're both looking for a pullback down into the 28, 950, 980 area for a potential long.
Yep. We'll see if we
So,
get it. We'll see if we get
yeah.
it. There's a lot of pushback here around those 29 200s. A lot of resistance. So we'll see if we can push back. I mean that 2900 more or less 2950 aligns exactly with VWAP. So I think it's a pretty solid area to dip back in. We'll see. Yes, indeed. We got it's Deeks in the house. How you doing? How you doing? What are you looking at today? Welcome back. You guys hear the background music or no?
No.
I need to
Going
figure
through
out
that.
this music thing. What about now?
Nope.
Still don't hear it?
Still don't hear
Oh man.
it. Yep. Not here.
Okay. You said you're done a trade in gold right now. You booked the TP. Okay. Were you shorting gold? Gold was pulling back. Let's see. Unless you bought at the Asian Open and rode this thing up all the way up around those 4,000s all the way up to the 480s. Let me know. It's Deeks. By the way, guys, remember to like the stream if you haven't done so. Um Oh man, I forgot my coffee.
Make it.
I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'll be right back.
Let's see. We're gonna see if we NQ stays below this 29 192 for a pullback close down to the 29 thousand. Good morning, good morning. Trading gold right now. Okay, sweet. Let's see. Let's see. Anything else? Is there anything else y'all would like to take a look at while we wait for the open? Feel free to ask. ES, YM.
All right, I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah, I had to warm it up. We got completely cold, but cheers to anybody who's having coffee right now, unless it's night wherever you are. All right, we got T Nana in the house. How you doing? How you doing?
Let's go. I had an
Is
entry there, but it missed a major. But right now, I took a buy at entry 40.55. Okay, you're up. It's 40.63. So good play on
40.55.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40.55. Okay,
Yeah, he's up almost 10 points.
that's good. Yeah, right at that VWAP dip here. TP 40.64. Okay, so you're aiming for about 10 points. Very good, very good. Let's check really quickly. I don't think there's any news today. There's
Nah,
not
no
much
news
news
this week,
this week.
except earnings later in the day.
Who has earnings?
Uh, Nvidia, no, not Nvidia. Intel has earnings on Thursday.
Okay,
There's a few today.
I
Uh,
could check. Let me
yeah,
check.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know we have quite a bit of earnings.
Let me see if this will convince you. So I use something that's called Whisper Flow, so I don't have to type.
Hmm.
Who has earnings today? All right, it's looking before the open. General Motors, Charles Schwab. Oh man, there's a lot. D.R. Horton. Well, nothing that really affects us, but KeyCorp, Valley Financial, Synchrony. After the close, Capital One, Chubb, Interactive Brokers. Interesting. Halliburton reported already, beat forecast, etc. Okay, there you go. Man, I didn't realize there was so many earnings today. So yesterday we were talking about a small cap trade you were holding. Do you still? Because I know you started with Tim Sykes. Do you still short small caps or no?
No, I don't short small caps because a lot of times
They'll rip
Schwab
your face
won't
off.
have the shares available for it.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, it's something that I was thinking about getting back into, but it's just a lot of times like it's a hit or miss where you do
Yeah.
all this work, you analyze it, you wait, and then your broker doesn't have shares, and then locates sometimes are super expensive. Like you're
Yeah.
talking, paying 800, 900, $1,000 for some shares that you might not even use. You know what I'm saying? So
Happened to me.
yeah, so I'm just like, you know what, like I'll just stick to just options and rocking out with the actual listed stocks and purchasing them like when they're at discounts. So my biggest thing is like I look for discounts and areas where I can start building a position into it. But
Yeah.
shorting small caps, like a lot of guys have gotten rocked
Nah, yeah, I'm sure.
shorting them. So yeah, so I rather
Especially, it's gotten more and more and more popular over the years, and like everybody knows the trick, even though it still works.
yeah,
But it'll rip your face off sometimes.
yeah, yeah,
Even if you get those locates, you get everything.
yeah.
You short it, it drops. It drops. You think it starts working, 'cause that's how it
Hmm.
gets you, and then it halts, stays
Forget
halted
about
for and then when you come back, that thing's
yeah, down, yeah.
on the
Yes,
move.
I'm not a fan of all of that stuff. That's why like I prefer to stick with like futures. I prefer to stick with actual stocks where I know the fundamentals of the company. And it's like
Yeah.
even if we have like a massive red day, like massive red days on major stocks that like have a good business, have a good finances, like that's a discount for me.
Yeah.
So I'm picking it up while people panicking like, oh my God, like Tesla's down, 12 points. That's a discount. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
so I prefer that. And then aside from that, like I prefer futures all day because there's liquidity. I can get in and out no problem. I don't have to worry like, oh, if I short, 10 minis that I'm not gonna be able to, or I'm gonna have to drop at least like on some of the small caps. Dude, there was times where I had to put my exit 10 to 20 cents below the current bid and ask just to be able to get out. And at times I still wouldn't get out.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I got burned on that too many times to where I'm like, yeah, I'm all set with this, cause
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's like we don't need it's stressful enough. You don't need added stress with, other external factors. Even when you can read the chart, you don't have problems getting in and out. You have liquidity, you have everything. Even when everything's perfect,
hmm,
it can still be stressful and things constantly don't work out. So now when you
yeah,
add those other factors of you can't find locates, you're in, you can't get out, you're in, it's halts. I mean,
the halt
sometimes
is
it
for
halts for
something.
days.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's another
There
ball
was
game.
one stock, KBIO.
Oh man, I've heard of KBIO, yeah.
Martin Shkreli was manipulating the price on that.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he manipulated the price from 18 cents to like $56, right?
Oh my God.
Luckily, I was able to get out. Like I was in longs, so I was able to get out of it before it halted. The thing halted for like 2 or 3 months, and when it like up in the 30s, when it opened at like four something, $4 and something. So you're
That's
talking like a third,
crazy.
bro. I'm like, so anyone that like had bought up there thinking this thing was gonna continue got rocked.
Yeah, you're stuck. Yeah, you're stuck.
Uh,
That's like ripping your face off. But yeah.
mhm.
Nah, that's one thing with I've been done with small caps for years
Yeah,
because I just can't do it.
yeah. It's
Can't do
too
it.
much. Too much uncertainty, too much
Yeah.
manipulation. It's like I'd rather deal with stuff that's that's solid.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. All right, we got good morning. Lavin's in the house. Good morning. Good morning. It's Deke saying, "What's my
What's
plan
your
for
plan on that
NQ?"
today?
Okay, well, we're gonna get into it. Let's pull it up. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you how I trade and how I look at things. So we could go a little bit deeper, and sometimes why I wait a lot for things to pan out. Sometimes. So I use the opening range a lot as a guide. So there's too many lines here. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. And let's put this on a 5-minute chart. This is how I trade. Let's get the volume out of the way as well. This is yesterday's session. So based on yesterday, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do today. This is the opening range, right? The first 15 minutes of trading. So I'll put a box here so you can see. So I like to see, okay, what kind of range are we going to get? Well, let me just switch to this way you could see it. Okay, this was yesterday's opening range. So I like to wait for a range to happen. So this was yesterday's range and to determine and pick my spots based on that, right? So yesterday I was trading this on the ES. We pushed higher and closed, and this was our range. Then we continued to go lower and we got to VWAP, right? Now, if you look at VWAP and if you look at the opening range, this distance was half of a range. So I started scaling in here thinking that we go and retest the halfway point of the range, which aligns with this pocket, right? Well, it started happening and then we got rejected where? Right below the range, right here. And then retested, and then the move I thought was going to happened later on, right? I didn't catch that, but I caught that down move after the live stream. So that's the same thing I'm thinking today. What I do is before the market opens. So today, let's look at the NQ. What I do is I have pre-established levels that are just going to be an extra layer of confirmation based on what happens once we open. So say we get a down move like this, and then we start to turn curl back up there. And then say the opening range is more or less this box right here. Well, that will tell me that, okay, first of all, we had a range of, call it maybe 100, 130 points, right? And then we're forming a base at 3 levels of confluence for me. First of all, it's the low of the range. Second of all, it's in that box right here, those 29,000. So that price level we looked at. Third of all, it's at VWAP. So it's at the average price everybody's paying for it. We could even add a layer and look at the volume profile and see, oh, guess what? It's also at a very low volume node. It also aligns with a previous area where we reversed from. So all these things are telling me, hey, this is probably a good area where you should buy. And that's how I approach trading, right? I'm just looking at areas of interest where a lot of things line up. So it could be an indicator, it could be some price action where we previously had some type of interaction, etc. But I always base my analysis on the open, off of the open. Why? Because the open tells me how aggressive or how muted the moves are going to be. There's a difference between the Nasdaq opening and having a 50-point range, and the Nasdaq opening and having a 300-point opening range. So if in the first 15 minutes we trade up and down 300 points, you know it's going to be a very volatile day, and you have to, reevaluate, reassess your risk based on that. It could be a great day because a 300-point opening range could end up being a 1,000-point day because you could get twice that range in a day, right? Whereas if it's a 50-point opening range, well, you need to kind of come back down to reality and say, well, we only got 50 points on the NQ for something that moves, 200, 300 points in a day. That's very tight. What's going on there? And then you assess your risk accordingly. So that's how I approach. Trading. Lavin saying bleeding red. By the way, I hope it answers your question. But so my plan for the NQ today is I'm looking at two areas of interest. We've seen a lot of rejection here for the NQ around the 29,200 to, let's call it 29,180. So basically moving above that, piercing through that, tells me that, hey, there's strength for us to carry forward and move up. If we cannot pierce through that and we move down, I want to see, can we hold? And if we can't hold and, we make a lower high and we want to continue to push lower, then I know that, okay, we have at least another, call it this same distance, another 200 points lower where we could go and test either this area right here where we had some sideways action, or even the lows, right? So I'm always looking left, always looking at previous areas of confluence where one could pick spots, right? This would be interesting to me because this is an area where we saw a lot of back and forth. If we're pushing lower, if you look at the volume profile, this is a higher volume node, right? So it's the highest node apart from this one and this one. So it tells me that, okay, this is a level of interest. And then if we look at yesterday, this is an area where we reverted from, right? So all these three checks line up and tell me, okay, this is an area of interest. And then we look at the actual price. It's 28,800, 28,880. Well, it doesn't say much, the price itself, but if it was, for example, a whole number, so call it 28,000 flat or 29,000 flat, that would be another added layer of confluence. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to layer multiple things on top of each other for the best possibility of a positive result, right? That's how I look at charts. It's like the weather, right? If you see the sun out and zero clouds, well, it's highly likely that it's not going to rain. But if it's windy and there's a bunch of clouds and it's gray and yesterday it rained, there's a higher probability of rain. It's the same thing. You're just layering things on top of each other and picking your spots and taking a bet. By the way, Lavin, you said you're bleeding red. Don't worry, it happens to everybody. You just have to survive. And when you're taking on loss after loss, what you want to do, and what a lot of people don't do, is you want to reduce your size. It just means that either the market conditions are not aligning with how you trade, or you're not reading it right. So you want to cut your size, take some base hits, gradually work your way back in. Caesar's been trading twice the amount of years I've been trading, so I'm sure he has great advice regarding that. But Lavin's saying he's been bleeding red for 3 days because of this choppiness. Do we have any advice?
Yeah, walk away, stay away from trading until.
Oh, I thought you were about to say walk away, quit trading.
No, like don't
I'm
trade
joking.
until the conditions are to his liking or what he's normally used to, right?
Yep.
When it's choppy, I've said it before, you have two choices. You can either try to trade, and if you do trade relatively small, or just wait for a day where the market is either trending up or trending down for you to recoup. If you've lost 3 days, yeah, I wouldn't even trade today because at this point, like you've kind of missed the movement. This could chop up, but yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, like that's his decision to make.
Yeah.
Just again, whenever you've had 2 or 3 days, it sounds like you might need like to step back, reanalyze things, and then wait for the market to be in favorable conditions for you to recoup. And don't try to recoup all that loss in one day or in one trade, right? Have
Yep.
it be a series of good trades. Okay, market's trending. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a pullback here to either go long, or I'm gonna wait for a retracement for it to go short, and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's great advice. And also, the market's not going away.
Yeah.
So, taking a break, taking a step back is totally okay. You don't want to keep being frustrated and then start tilting and then, take bigger positions than what you need to. And that's where it can snowball. And then, you either blow up your account or you take losses that are unnecessary. So don't worry, you'll get out of it. Just be patient. Trades do the opposite of everything you want to do. Okay, you're gonna want to trade more. You should trade less. You're gonna want to trade bigger. You should trade smaller. You're gonna want to trade to make it back. You should probably stop trading. So, you need to fight yourself a little bit, and eventually you get back on the horse. What's up, Ren? Welcome back. Welcome back. We got Lorem SK in the house. Colin, we haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Since how many years have I been trading NQ? I've been trading NQ since 2023, more or less. I've been trading overall for about 7 years, but I've been trading the NQ since 2023.
It's breaking out. It's breaking out.
All right, we're breaking out. Good for. I remember somebody was long, so
Yeah.
good on you.
Hopefully, saw liquidity grab like spikes and then flips.
Yep. Let's see what we get. Oh, Giovanni, I'm glad you solved your issues. Same. I was still looking for the button. We got Tashi6466 in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Of course, Lavin. That's why we're here. SLK94, yo, good morning to you. All right, we got about 3 minutes until the open.
Yep.
Let's get our charts ready. I think I'll be trading ES once again. You don't want the ES to be jealous. Everybody's trading the NQ.
Yep.
Like to spread the love. Yes, indeed. Thank you. It's Deeks. Go hit those likes button. Go get us those likes. We got about 40 people viewing right now, so
okay, it's 200.
pump it up.
Let's pump it. 205, 210. She's running.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going.
Pushing higher, breaking these highs.
Yeah. They couldn't just wait till the market opens to do this. Like they had to do it beforehand. Come on.
Let's see. Let's see what we get.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, again, it could be a fake out. Yeah. We could push up wick and then push back lower. So we'll see what we get.
That's what we want. But
we shall see.
4 hour looks to be forming a bull flag. Okay. A minute ago. Oh, Nvidia pump.
Nvidia. Let me look at. Have a look at the market. Really. Let's see. Ooh, Nvidia pushing higher. All right, we're about 26 seconds from the open, and we are definitely pushing higher so far. So 29,200s, this was our area of interest. We're pushing past it.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Sounds like a boxing ring. I like it. Good luck, everyone. Remember, stay patient.
Wow, look at that.
All right, we got rejection right now.
Okay, back.
29,000.
See. Okay, nice pull.
You're trying to hold it. All right, we're pushing here. We're rejecting. That's what we talked about a little bit earlier. We might get a push up and a rejection. It's D saying NQ to the moon unless the moon is in the opposite direction.
All right.
So far, we're not going to the moon. We'll see.
Not yet.
Yes, pushing lower as well.
Let's go.
Your moon must be buried underground.
Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful pullback. Come on.
That's it.
Yep, nice bounce off.
Buyers trying to step in.
Yeah, not quite yet, not quite yet. I think
We're
that
waiting.
was the fake out to really bring this back down. This 1 hour just flipped as a reversal candle, but we still got about 30 minutes for it to close.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I won't be taking any trades before 9:45. I've made that mistake too many times. You're the right off the open expert. I'm not.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Moon pulled by black hole gravity. I like that one. I like that one.
As long as this 15-minute can close under 192, and more so if it closes as a bearish engulfing, even better to the downside.
Yep.
But if it gets back over, nope. Okay, yeah, 200 should be there. Nice.
Let's see.
Very good pullback. I like this for a drop down to 29,000. Let's see, reversal on Nvidia. As long as this is under 29,192, I like it for a downside. Under 29,100, this could really slide. But I will be trying a long entry at 29,000 even, and I'll leave room to add at 28,950. So just micro. So there she goes. Okay, there she goes.
Talk to it.
Right. Come on. I'm trying to short here at 34. I'll risk 20 points. Oh, about to stop me out.
I'm still waiting. Looking at the ES on the side. Let's look at what the ES is doing. All right, ES is trying to hold right above this little pocket right here, but we're not 100% convinced yet. So in my case, I need some type of a range to form. So we shall see. 29,000. 29,000 is much lower, actually. 29. It's all the way here. Is it just you, or is Caesar's audio low? He's just hyper focused right now.
Yeah.
Not speaking loud. I'm being the loudmouth because I'm not taking any positions yet, but he's here.
I'm here, yeah.
Buyer stepping back in. We can see the aggressiveness here.
Yeah.
Pushing this back up. Nice. So looking at this on the 15-minute, we see we had a huge wick down. We're only 10 minutes in, not even 5 minutes in. Let's see how much displacement we got. So that was about 100 points, which is good. That means we might get a pretty decent day in terms of movement. 2 5-minute candles that are close to 100 points each. That's pretty significant. So that's good. We're seeing rejection again of this 29,200 area.
Yeah.
That could be a potential short.
Break that down.
Might want to do an early try here on the ES. All right, I'm doing an early try, risking the prior highs. Very small risk. But keep in mind, this is also an area of interest right here where buyers could step in. So we'll see. It's just to get the feet wet. NQ looks like it wants to hold and push higher.
Meanwhile, ES is turning.
Yep. Not even gonna. There we go. So a lot of people put their stops above the wick, which is totally fair and totally understandable. The idea is, though, that this early, if the market is going to make a move, it's going to be sharp and it's going to be fast. So it shouldn't even go and retest this if we're really going to push lower. Nasdaq is holding up pretty well. Let's see. Usam, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Trying a little short on the ES this morning since we saw multiple rejections.
ES is definitely the better mover.
On the upside. So if I show you here, the idea, so the ES is below, you know, we kept on rejecting here. We rejected as well this morning. So I'm trying the short, but, you know, we could hold these levels here. So we'll see what happens. Still about 5 more minutes until we develop this opening range. We'll see what we get.
ES is really dropping.
Yes, it's dropping. All right. Like to get
70, 260s.
see if we can push lower. We're right at those 7,500. 7,500 is a kind of a key number. So, you know, this area right around here is probably all right, that's a nice question from It's Deeks. You're saying, sorry to ask, you have more experience than me. I don't know. You might be trading. You might have been trading longer than I have. You says indices are meant to go up. So even you think sometimes shorting the NQ or ES, is that a good decision? Well, yeah, the indices are meant to go up, but they also pull back from time to time. Is it a good decision? Well, it depends. It depends on the context, right? And also, we are um, day trading. So we're taking very, very short term trades where sometimes we'll be holding these trades for minutes, sometimes hours,
Yep.
very rarely for days. So there are usually opportunities in these assets for you to take shorts, right? Stocks don't just go up and down. Stocks don't just go up; they pull back. So what we're doing is taking, the advantage of these pullbacks and, you know, going in and taking shorts. So is it a good idea to short? Of course it is, as
Yep.
long as it makes sense,
Facts.
right?
Come on. ES is making a new low.
Yes, it's pushing lower. I'm expecting a reversal pretty soon, so we'll see. About 2 minutes from the first 15, and that's usually where price turns from.
So choppy. Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, they're trying to hold. We're right at VWAP
Oh my god,
on
Russell.
the ES. Russell is dying.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Russell was the short.
Yeah.
The Russell was the short. So you see how we're trying to hold here. We're trying to hold. If I zoom into a 1 minute chart, we could see here on the ES that they're really trying to hold these levels. They're trying to hold.
Wow, yo, this dump on the Russell, god.
Insane.
Yeah.
Maybe the Russell is leading the way.
And the
Let's see
Dow,
what we
yeah.
get.
Dow and Russell.
Let me check the Dow. Dow is pushing lower as well. So that's a guide. Usually you can use the other indices as a guide for the day. I would say when you have three going one way, one going the other, usually one is lying, like Jane likes to say. So let's see. But yeah, looking at the lower time frames, you see how that we're trying to hold this initial level here where buyer stepped in. So we'll find out. Whoa. The thesis here for this quick scalp was what? We had a high, a lower high, and we entered short, risking off this high. Now, I would like to get a 1R win on this trade. All right, now we have our range, and usually that's where they buy. So let's see. Yes. Is it 9:45 yet? By the way, guys, trading very small size allows you to hold the trades, not panic, stay calm. I think most people trade bigger than they should. All right, that's the area where I expect them to buy and for us to get some type of reversal. So we will see if it's going to be a sharp reversal or not, or if we're just going to lose this level and push lower. Who was asking about, I'm going to show you. Which one is the liar? It's hard to know. It's hard to know. It's easier when three are in a direction and the other one is. So for example, if you have, yep, that's it. That's the reversal I was expecting. So all I want now is for us to stay at least on the ES below 75.17. So if we could stay that, which is actually my entry. So if we could stay below this, I'm adding to this position.
Yeah, It's going. It's going.
Then I'll have two targets, 74.93 and 74.80. SLK saying that was you when you started. You would trade 5 ES contracts, nice, and lose many marbles when it wasn't going your way. Yep. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So if we're looking at this in a range type of way, right? This was our opening range. I'll put this as a pink box. We're pushing lower. My target should be lower though. My target should be right there at 74.94. But we'll front run it. We'll keep it there. That's the opening range, right? And then we have the halfway point, which is this. Where is it? There we go. The halfway point is exactly where I took my short. The halfway point would be right there. So we're going to put this in a kind of dotted box, pink box. We're going to put this level here. Did you take any trades yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a short, stopped out, and now I'm looking to re-short again, but I might have missed it.
I think we're getting the pullback. So right here, and then that halfway point. Okay, this is the pullback. Let's see if this is a pullback to re-enter short or if this is the reversal.
Okay. Let's see if we can get a rejection here. Yes, with a flat.
So we held these levels. So the idea is what? The idea is we push and then hopefully we can hold below the halfway point of that opening range, maybe form a higher low or maybe retest and then continue. And that each of these segments is 1 unit for me, right? So I'll call it 1U. And that's more or less what I'm risking. So if I entered here, then I'm trying to target this. So we have 1 unit of risk for 2 units of reward, more or less. If that works out, of course. They're buying. Buying's pretty aggressive. We engulfed this whole move. We have increasing volume. So positive for buyers, but we're seeing that stuffed right now. So we'll see if that continues or not. Kawish saying he's long. Kawish, I feel like you're always fading us. When we're short, you're long. When we're long, you're short. All right. I like that rejection with volume here. So I want to see. Let's put a limit order right here. Let's see what we get. Usam saying he doesn't like the buys on NQ. Upwards action is weak. Let's see. All right. I don't think I'm going to get filled on this one. I'm still trying to hold. So as long as we stay under here.
Yeah, this manipulation is crazy right now.
Yeah. As long as we stay under this area, buys is short. But if we start breaking above this, then we're wrong. The stop goes around here. Usam, yes, there's an FEG up there on the higher time frame, but you think it will go to eat the fair value gap. You said a fair value gap on a higher time frame. All right, let's check it out. You guys like your fair value gaps and your SMTs and your BOSs. I need to learn these acronyms because I don't know any of them.
It's too much for me to process. It's like, what's this? What's that? Like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's too much. TMI.
Okay, we're trying to push up. Will we get a second rejection? We'll find out. Let me look at the NQ really quickly. Oh, NQ trying to hold. NQ trying to hold. Coming back down. Man, look at how close it came to my isn't that annoying, boys and girls? This came in at 75.15. Do you see that wick exactly at my limit order? Let's see if I get it now.
Yes, it's turning, so I don't particularly like that.
Let's see. Levels seem to want to hold, yeah. All right. I only need. You're funny, Usam. He's like, you only need one acronym, BS. No, I mean, hey, there's a lot of great traders that trade these systems, and that's fine. It's just a lot of acronyms that I don't, I don't know. That's all. But it's fine. Whatever works for you. I mean, if you use moon cycles for trading and that works for you, please be my guest. Use moon cycles. All right? To each their own. Whatever works for you. Some people might make fun of my little pink boxes, but hey, why do I have them pink? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not I don't mind it when I'm trying to add, but I really dislike it when it's getting close to my take profit. And it doesn't, it wicks in and then it doesn't take me out. Guys, remember to like the stream. Remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. All right. NQ seems to be pushing lower. But ES is holding up.
Yep. pretty decently. Oh, the video's dropping hard.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Cowish. And everybody else who hasn't liked, please go like the stream. We do this for you. All right, my target should be here exactly. NQ really pushing lower. That was a nice little setup right there. We had our high, push back, lower high, push back, lower high, push back. Now, we are forming a little bit of a trend in the channel here, right? So if we are able to kind of break above this pullback, we might continue higher. So what I would prefer is a drop to 29,000. You know, we could continue this structure all the way to 29,000 before we go back up. We'll see. The question here, though, is, are we grabbing, as everybody likes to say, are we grabbing liquidity below these levels here around those 2900s? We don't know. We shall see. NQ might break down. It's at London lows. Well, let's see. The thing, though, if you look at a 5-minute chart on NQ, you see all those wicks. That whole area here means they're trying to hold it. So between 29.90 to 29.150, they're really trying to hold it and push it higher. So is it going to be a look up and then hammer back down, or is it going to just completely reverse? All right, it's bouncing. ES is also kind of changing character. Let's see. We're getting right to the area where where I'm wrong. So I'm wrong above this line. We go all in on NQ, long, max 100. Nah. Okay, so right now I'm wrong. I'm going to get out. We held these lows pretty well. So after these 2 wicks, I was expecting us to push lower. Didn't happen. We're recovering. And then the NQ is breaking this this line here.
Will it continue?
You said, will it continue?
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because for the NQ, where I'm wrong is around 29,190, more or less. So just right below there until we can break this. So we'll put it exactly at where I think I'm wrong, right here. I want to try a long, though. Risking prior lows. Maybe I'm too early. Let's give it a little bit of time. I see volume, though. Let me wait for another candle. Do I only do scalping? I mainly scalp, yes. Or intraday. There we go. Look up. Is it a look up, push lower, or it's a tricky one? Trying to push it lower.
Every pop is getting smacked down.
Yep. I'm gonna wait. This is the inflection area. By the way, this is ES inflection. Trying to hold. We're coiling. Man, you're funny. He says this range will make our minds pregnant with tension.
For real.
We gotta wait. You said trade with travel, Black Arrow, how to download it. Well, you could either go on the Black Arrow website or pushing lower. Yeah, this is a tricky one. I think this is a fake out. Oh no, never mind. The Nasdaq is really pushing lower. Man, this is a tricky one. All right, so patience here. I think I want to try the short again on the ES since we're holding below this. But I'm getting mixed signals. What's up, Take Keith? Yeah, so to answer your question, to download Black Arrow, if you buy a Fivers Futures account, you will get the download link in your dashboard, right? Or you could go to the Black Arrow website. I'll put a link there in the description. So this is a 15-day trial that you guys could try. I just put the link in the description. All right, I'm gonna try the short again. Nasdaq is really pushing lower. I think ES is lagging. Man, look at how they're buying it. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I didn't see that. I missed that. You think the short will work now? Well, we'll see. It's 10 o'clock. I didn't see that. Maybe I should have waited for a few minutes. We're still below inflection. We'll see if we get it. Nope.
This thing is moving so fast, like it's wild.
The NQ?
Yeah.
Yeah. ES is pushing higher. NQ trying to hold these lows. But the pops keep getting shut down.
Yeah.
So this level right here.
Yep. Yeah. Every pop is
Every pop is shut down.
Yeah. Every pop.
29.97. So yeah, so we tried to hold these London levels, and we got Asia all the way here on the NQ. Pops are getting shut down, so we're probably headed towards the $29,000 area. We'll see, unless this area holds. Lots of indecision. Lots of indecision. The ES is at an inflection area here, so it's really 50-50.
And it's wild how ES is really holding up in comparison
to the NQ.
That's nothing new, you know.
Yep.
What's I gonna look at? Shit.
Too much wigs feels like swords for scalpers. Man, I'm going to show you guys something. By the way, I'm about to get stopped out again. But yeah, if you compare, and I've been comparing the two, the top one is the ES, the bottom one is the Nasdaq. You could see how they're kind of basically opposite. Let's put this on the 2-minute as well. You see how the ES is really trying to curl up, and then the Nasdaq is just pushing lower, right? So ES is really holding up better. So I should have been shorting the NQ. Caesar is stoic. It says Caesar is stoic.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Caesar's got that Spartan attitude, you know, just not getting phased by the asset.
Cool as ice. Cool as ice.
There we go. It's called experience.
This thing is still going.
Damn. Like Caesar is what Seneca might have been now if he was alive and trading. Yeah, the king of the Stoics. Unfazed.
No phase.
All right.
Still going. Look, we're gonna get that 29.50. Was that a bearish engulfing candle on the previous 1 hour? Kinda, almost. This shit's going.
Let's see if we get the move to the downside. Man, it refuses to cooperate. Okay, I'm in my full 2R risk. If this doesn't work out, then it's a wrap. Yeah, ES trying to hold up. They're buying the NQ slowly. They're trying to buy it, yeah. I like a good rejection down, like a good drop with a wick on volume. That's not what they're doing for now. Thank you for having faith in my trade, Usam. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. We'll reassess and then pick another spot. We've been trying to make it work for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 16 minutes. And statistically speaking, when I'm in a trade for more than 3 to 5 minutes and it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we'll see. They're really trying to hold this up. And they've started buying the NQ now. We're right at the point of control for the ES. Let me show you guys. We're at London lows here for the NQ. Let me show you this really quickly. So London lows for the NQ. They're trying to buy. Oh, sorry. Let me make this bigger. They're trying to buy here to make it go, push it higher. London lows. So if we see buyers step in, we push above this, pull back, continue higher. On the ES, yeah, I'm getting stopped out. They're pushing this higher. Now, the NQ is lagging, so I might try a long on the NQ. Yeah, I don't even need to hold this. I'm out. So now we could probably try the NQ long. And this would probably be unless it's another fake out. A little bit of a late execution here. Kyle saying he's going short now. All right, let's see. Man, that ES is holding. Oh man, I didn't see it was the open of the next 15. Oh, wrong timing. All right, that's as you decided to put the short. NQ says you feel you can fly. No, actually, you put the short right on time, man. We pushed higher and then we're pushing lower right now. So great timing on that NQ.
This is disgusting.
This is tiring. All right. Let's try the ES short one last time. This is my last trade. Sorry, I want to risk these highs, so NQ trying to hold. All right, let's zoom in.
This is madness.
So we're down 2.5 hours. All right, this is 3 tries on the ES and it just doesn't want to cooperate. So
Stop out.
waiting. We're waiting. Yeah, it looks like it wants to hold up. Yes, it's holding up pretty well. NQ. I want to go long the NQ.
Yeah, right back up. Ugh.
All right. Not the best execution. Chasing a little bit.
You know?
But let's see. Can we get follow through? I like that this was a pretty big engulfing candle. But we're right below these pockets right here
Just turning.
where, we sold. So let's see. Can we push? $246, 306. Target 1 would be 246. Target 2 would be 306, more or less. Even though I think if we really push, we could go to 363. Right here, 360s, but we'll see. All right, guys. Hopefully, I don't know if you're struggling. Be patient. Trade small size. This way you could hold better.
Yep.
We're trying to hold these levels. We're trying to push up. So, man, look at this price action.
Girl, I'm telling you, it's
So,
brutal.
yeah, so the
I mean, NQ still a little pullback on NQ.
we're not getting follow through just yet. So maybe the follow through will come later during the day. My thought was, okay, we based. So pull back, push higher, pull back. We had an influx of volume with an engulfing candle right here. So the idea was okay, this is the move and we're probably going to get follow through. I'm risking these prior lows, seeing if hopefully we get follow through. If not, that will be my either third or fourth loss. And that means I need to stop, take a break, give the market an hour or so, to decide the direction it wants to go in.
This is just nasty.
So let's see if we finally get follow through. It's funny how some days you get immediate follow through and then some other days you don't. I think what's happening here is if I pull up these charts again, let me pull this up. So looking at the NQ that we were looking at this morning. So let me put this on a bigger chart. So this whole range was the point of control. So there's a lot of volume traded here. And I think what's happening is we're having this battle that started pre-market here. We're having this battle between, sellers and buyers. So we see these huge red candles push lower and push lower. And every time they push lower, buyers step in to buy. So they bought first at around 29, let's call it 29,130. And then the second time they bought the London low around 29, the 29.80s. So the buyers are really trying to hold this up at these prior levels, but we can't get follow through because all throughout here, so call it more or less the 29,200s to the 29,180s, we've had this wall of sellers and they've stepped down. So unless we can break through this wall, we won't be able to push higher. And if we can't break through those London lows, then we can't go lower. We're stuck in a range. And that's not a place I like to be in because I like moves to be directional. I don't trade ranges well. So we'll see. Carrie's saying, let me do yellow magic to make this NQ fall. This entire yellow area is just consolidation. Yeah, it's consolidation. And what happens is when you have consolidation, it's because, you have a fight between buyers and sellers. Yep. And we're not agreeing on direction.
No,
so let's see. So throughout this whole move, we try to stay calm. We try to keep our risk under control. And yeah, hopefully things work out. What'd you say?
I said you're still in your lungs, I see.
I'm still in my longs. Yeah, I'm still holding the NQ longs. Well, the thesis is what? The ES was holding up well. We didn't get follow through on the shorts where we should have gone short. Right, and then I tried 3 shorts on the ES, which didn't work out. The NQ was lagging in terms of long, so I thought, okay, if the ES is holding up higher and I get in on the laggard, which is the NQ, then maybe I'll get better follow through. And then the NQ displaces more, so it'll be easier for me to recover my losses. I'm trading smaller. I was trading about 4 or 5 contracts on the ES. I'm only trading 2 on the NQ. So we'll see. We're still smack dab in that consolidation area. So just 1 R in profit for now. We really need to push higher and break these 29,200s. So let's see if we could get it.
Yeah, it's looking like it. The video's looking good. And
when is a good positive Trump tweet when you need it?
Right? We might get it. I mean, be careful what you ask for because it might be the opposite.
No, we don't want the opposite.
There she goes. There she goes.
Okay, we're pushing higher, recovering the losses. We just need this to hold.
Yeah. Very good recovery.
Cowish, stop losses hit. Well, now we're going to the moon, hopefully, Cowish. We had that black hole, but it looks like we were able to reconquer it. So let's see.
There she goes, ripping.
Let's get it. So first TP is going to be these prior highs, and then second TP is much higher, but that one is, you know, that one's the bonus. We're trying to get the payroll first, and then we'll see if we get the bonus. Your initial bias was right, but you need to be right not only on bias, but on execution. Let's see. Q. So hopefully this is not a higher low. I mean, a lower high. So we had this high right there. Now we've pushed higher, which is good. We've had some increase of volume, even though what I want to see is these volume bars outpace these initial ones for a continuation higher. So we'll see if we get that or not. But this could be a lower high that brings us down. What we would want then is for us to hold these levels, the 29 150s. So we'll see what we get. Looking at the higher time frame, looking at that 15-minute, it looks pretty good, pretty constructive.
Okay.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah, I just took a long at 200 and just got out for a quick 15 points.
Nice.
I gotta dip out in 10 minutes. Just want to get the registry. If anyone's looking for a better entry long, it would be like around the 192. Broke. We've closed above that prior daily high. If this can continue to hold, look for a target of 29,350.
29,350.
Yeah.
I'm being greedy. I put 29,360.
I mean, close enough.
10 points.
It'll
It'll do what it
probably-
likes to do. It gets like one tick below my take profit and then goes back down.
Yeah, that's where it's like, just mark it out.
Yeah, I mark it
No
out.
need to
I mark it out.
to try to
When we're live, I sometimes leave it, but if nobody's watching, I'm Xing out fast.
You're like, you're gonna go for the gusto.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was saying, what if we hit day low from here?
That would be
That would be interesting.
something. Like the 700s. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible in this Trump market, but the likelihood of it, yeah, that would be something. I mean, I've seen a 12% move in one day, so
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, but you know, the odds of a black swan happening right now are not really, I don't know. I don't think so.
yeah.
Unless something really, really wrong happens. I think we recover because, you know, thinking back, we've had a pretty steep down move recently, right? We had that. Let me just pull up the charts. Let's go on the dailies. All right, so this is the NQ. Take this out. So the last 3 days, right? We've moved down. What was it? 1,700 points, give or take, right? 5% down. Right now, we've recovered. We're right at the halfway point. So 2.8%. We've recovered about 800 points. So I would think that would go at least to 29,400s, with the 29,400s within the next couple of days before we push back down, right? We found support. We had this prior area here. We found support at the same area. So we push lower. We're trying to push higher. So I would think, we had that first day yesterday, which was stuffed, where we tried to recover. We recovered today. So I would expect today, tomorrow, and maybe even Thursday to be green and a continued uptrend before we pull back again. But hey, anything can happen in these markets. That's why we use stops.
Mundo.
So let's see what we get. No, we don't want any Trump tweets, Take Heath, okay? Because those are not pullbacks, okay? Those are just explosions to one side or the other. So no, let this continue. Let this continue to be constructive. As a matter of fact, we're right at the time where he likes to make his tweets, which is around 10 o'clock, 10:30. It's 10:34. Last time, I think it happened at 10:36. The day before, it happened at 10:16. So I don't need any Trump tweet right now, my man. Let's let this, unless the tweet goes in my direction, which is up. I'm okay with a little pullback. We're at these prior highs, so it's expected. The buyers are going to take profits. For anybody who was long down here, that's totally fine. A little push higher, pull back around here, 29,200s, even where Caesar was talking about 29.1, I can't remember where. We get a pullback here, and then we continue higher, form a bullish structure. That's what we want. We don't want any sharp, weird moves, or at least I don't want any. Usam says he's out of his NQ long. Well, congratulations. Let me give you some confetti. Good job. That's a pretty good out at the prior highs. Makes sense. I'm being a little greedy, so I'm going to hold. I want to get a full 100 points. Right now we are 70 points in profit. Let's see, how much of a loss did we get? 2.5 Rs on the ES. So actually, we've recovered the loss right now, but I'm holding.
You're back in profit.
Yep.
Man says, I'm going for the gusto 360. You got partial.
I got a partial at 252, just above the high. And then I got another one at 360. Now that 360, I don't know how. That's going to depend on whether or not, the price action makes sense. I might take it sooner. But I think we could reach those 250s.
Yeah. I agree. 20 points away.
Yeah, it's early. It's 10:30. We got time. It's not like it's 3:30 in the afternoon.
It's time to get a little pullback here.
Yeah, I do expect a pullback. And if it was a better day and we had some profits banked, I would probably get a little bit more aggressive, add to this into the pullback, but we'll see. That's a question for Caesar.
What's that? Let's see. Question. Scroll up. Caesar, is it raining where you're at? What's that? No, it's not raining where I'm at. It's renovations. So
It sounds like thunder.
yeah, I apologize on the noise. Yeah, they have some renovations going on. The downside of working from home. You gotta
Yeah.
do certain things.
Struggle of hearing noises.
Struggle is real.
The commute from the kitchen to the office, the bedroom to the kitchen. Such a
Yeah,
struggle.
it really is, man. It really is. Let me tell you. You know, it's tough in this world.
And that's one thing I don't miss. I don't miss commuting.
Yeah.
All right, we got the pullback. Hopefully it's not a complete sell-off.
Nah, I think it's just a little retracement. Let's see.
Looking for pullback to opening range mid, then possibly enter a long position. All right. Looking good.
Yeah.
Kawish saying the
Oh,
background music is like gym treadmill music. He's lost 100
I can mute
calories by
myself
listening to
when it
it.
comes on.
Huh?
I said I can mute myself, if it gets a little too much.
Yeah, it's fine. They're hating on the music.
I can't hear your music right now.
You can't?
No.
Let's change the music. Let's try something else. Prefer that? Cowish?
Yep, now I can hear
Yeah.
it. Right now.
Put this instead. All right. They got another question for you.
How do you come up with the 199 pullback? Yes. So the 29 192, that was yesterday's daily high. So something that I do is I mark off the daily high and the daily low. If price can hold above it, it goes higher. If price holds below it, it goes lower. So that's why I was saying a good entry would be at that 92. So if you got in right now at that 92, you'd be up about 10, 12 points.
Yeah,
And if you
192.
look earlier in the morning from 5:15 a.m. to 8 a.m., that 192 was a massive resistance level. And why was it a resistance level? Because that was yesterday's high. And look what happened yesterday when it hit that high. We had a massive sell-off from the 192,
Yeah.
literally all the way down to 700.
All the way down to 700. Yeah, that was crazy.
So those levels end up being very significant. And right now we might get a deeper pullback because we're approaching the London close. So as soon as London closes, then we should get back to like having like more smooth moves.
Yeah. That's a pretty aggressive pullback.
Yep, aggressive pull right there, see? Yeah.
So let's see.
That's gonna be it for me. Next area, if you were looking to add, would be the 29 163. Yeah, see, London, just before the London close, we tend to have these vicious pullbacks and then continuation.
So indeed, let's wait. This area, this zone right here is more or less where I would like us to hold because it lines up with, let's put this here, lines up with our pre-market highs. So we're already losing these highs. I would prefer for us to hold around here, you know, above VWAP. So we'll see. But that's usually not what you want to see for a pullback. You want a slow, controlled move with decreasing volume. Here if we look at the volume here, we had an increase in volume with that candle here. So that's like, if we're thinking about a store, that's people who just grab their products and are running out of the store. That's not what we want to see. We want to see people just walking around, trying to pick products, whatever. And then you hear discount on aisle 5, and then everybody runs back and goes grab stuff so we could push higher. That's what we want to see. So we'll see.
Anyone add at that 163 level, beautiful pullback and bounce right off of it.
Yep.
And again, in order for you to understand why am I calling these levels out, is just go down to a 5 minute. You could see how on a 5 minute that area at various points was support or resistance. So I mark these levels off, right? And again, when price comes back into it, I add. So if you added at the 63 on top of entering at the 92, you would have had about a 179
Yeah.
cost average. And now where is it at now? Back
Yeah, we're
over
at the
200.
200s,
Boom,
215,
you're well into
216.
profits to where you can start taking some profits and walk away.
Yep.
And ladies and gents, I got 2 minutes left before I gotta go.
No
So
problem.
cheers. Have a good remainder of the stream. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow. I can't guarantee it because I'll be 6 hours ahead of you guys, and I don't know where I'll be. Um,
No
somewhere.
problem.
So
You happy, safe travels. I
thank
remember
you.
you
But
said
I
you were
will be
traveling.
on. Was it? What's tomorrow? It's
Tomorrow's
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Thursday. Thursday. I'll make an attempt to be on Thursday, at least for a couple hours.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, if you could check in with us, even on your phone or whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tune in on the phone. I'll tune in to the. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'll probably try to do that too. Because if I can, depending. Let me see, 6 hours. So right now, what would it be? Right. See, 9.
You'll be 6 hours ahead,
Yeah.
or
Now I'm gonna be 6 hours ahead. So
okay.
where am
All right,
I? So
whatever
yeah,
works.
it'll be like 4. So 9. Yeah, it'll be like 3. So yeah, I could probably squeeze that in. I could squeeze like 3 to 5 uh,
Okay,
tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right, Jen.
cool.
Enjoy. Happy profits. See you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, man.
All
I'll
right. Later.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right, guys, we are intimately together. It's just you, me, and the charts. We got about 15 minutes to go, so let's see if we get these profits. All right, we got the first TP hit. So we're back. We're back in profits. Overall, right now, we are break even on the day. So we're just waiting. This was a pretty good area. It could have been a pretty good ad. Didn't catch that one, and honestly, I didn't. I don't want to be aggressive because I don't really fully trust the charts just yet. At least the moves today. I haven't seen the aggressiveness that I want. So we'll wait. Well, what I like though is what we saw here on this reversal. On this, let me put it on the 1 minute. So yes, here we got the pullback and then we got the increase in volume that I was talking about. So that's what the analogy I was making about, okay, aisle 5 special, you have a rush of people going to buy. That's what we got. So that's great. And then if you look at the opening range, let me make it. And that's why I really like basing so every time you see me look up, I'm looking at my opening range indicator so I don't have to draw it here. But we were right at the 50% area. So if I pull a box right here and go to, I usually use the 15-minute, but you could use the what's it called? You could use the 30-minute. But if we look at this pink box right here, and we find the middle, which would be this is the middle, this yellow line right here. I'm going to take the prices out. I mean, the orders and the positions, just so you could see. So you can see how right in the middle of this opening range is where buyers step back in, right? So if you think, this is, I always say this, if this is $100 and this was zero, this is the best discount because technically, or let's just say this is $1. This is the best discount. So this was the best price. And then we get back to about, let's say $90 here. And then when it pulls back, well, you're getting a 50% off. So you're buying back at $50. So now what we want to find out is, do people think the asset is more expensive? Can it be sold at 150 or even $200? So if this was a shoe or whatever, what we're trying to find out, and so far so good, is okay, if we take that same range, that same displacement, and then we copy this level right here to here, are people willing to pay 150? Are people willing to pay 200? Right? So that's what we're trying to find out. Right now, they don't want to pay more than $100 because they're selling. But it might be the ones who bought at $1 that are trying to sell, right? Now we're waiting to find out, okay, can we push higher? Can we, let me put my position back in. Can we sell higher, right? And I'm being a little greedy. I'm trying to sell it at 175. I don't know if we're going to get it. That's why this is an open area. So depending on the price action, depending on how well we hold, then I'll decide where to sell. Usually the way I make this decision is I'll get a trend going. So I'll look at, okay, we finally developed a trend. Price is making, higher highs and higher lows. So what I'll do is I'll have a little trend going like that from these lows, and then we've done the first pullback. So I'll trace a trend line like that, or either using the wicks or using the closes. And then I'll say, okay, as long as we can remain above the trend and continue, then I'm holding. And then if we break the trend, then I'm out, right? And that's usually what I'll do. Sometimes I'll go to break even with the price. And we might as well do this here because we already had our first pullback. So going to break even here makes total sense right now. And we just wait, right? If we get stopped out at break even, then we'll only make half of what we lost back. But if it continues higher, then, well, right now we're at break even. So if I were to sell right now, I've recovered the loss and basically I'm flat on the day. But if I wait and it works out, then we'll make some extra profits. And if I don't wait, if price doesn't continue to push higher and we break to the lows, then we'll be, I think, about 1R in loss, right? So that's it. Dave, my comments on pullback versus breakout. Do you want me to explain the difference between a pullback and a breakout? Let me know if that's what you mean. And by the way, it's about to be 11 o'clock, and that's why you're probably seeing some selling here. So we might get another deeper pullback. Which one do I prefer and why? Okay. I would say I really like breakouts because always a pleasure, Colin. I really like and prefer breakouts, right? As a matter of fact, I'm working on a manual to systematize my trading, and I could show it to you guys really quickly. Let's see if I have it here. All right, there we go. And I'll probably share it with the community soon. So one of my favorite setups is a range break because it's easier with a breakout to know where you're wrong, measure the move, etc. Catching reversals or catching pullbacks are a little bit trickier. They're great as well, but they're a little bit trickier. So you'll see me always try to catch breakouts. So my favorite is, you have a sideways consolidation, and then you can either buy the bottom or enter on the break. And the idea is you're entering on the break and then you're taking measured moves, right? So I'm working on this little manual here to kind of show exactly how to trade certain things. So if I look at the chart right now, I entered on the break. So let me show you why I prefer breakouts versus pullbacks. So if we're looking at this chart right now, and I'll go all the way down to 1 minute, and I'll take out I'll take out all the drawings just so it can be clear. I'll hide my indicators and I'll hide the position. I'm just gonna mark a spot where I got in. I got in late, but I got in right there. I'm gonna mark this spot and then I'm gonna explain. So let's take out the orders, take out the positions. Okay, so if we look at, take this out, take this out, take this out, and we'll even take volume out. So let's look at this together. If you were trying to buy a pullback, where do you buy and when do you buy? It's harder to do because do you buy this pullback or this pullback or this pullback or this area right here? So you could be wrong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before you get it right, right? Because you're trying to figure out, okay, based on prior levels, we know that here is where they bought it first, which means this area is what we should target. We talked about the 2900s this morning, but the lowest level was 29, let's see, 29, the 2960s, more or less 2963, right? That was the lowest level. So it's harder to buy a pullback. Now, yes, you get better pricing when you get the pullback, but it's harder to buy. Whereas when you're buying the breakout, all you have to deal with is a fake breakout, right? So what you do is, okay, you have a range, you have a consolidation, and this is an oblique range. So you're looking at, okay, price is trading, and we take the first extreme right here, and then you could copy this and you start to have a range, right? So this is your first inkling of the range. Now you can see that here we didn't quite get to that low. So that means that in an oblique sense, we are making a higher low, right? And then we hit the top of the range here. We try to break out, it doesn't work out. Now, I think I tried here. Let me look at my executions. Oh no, I tried here, but I didn't try here. So here is where you could have made your first attempt. Why? It's clearer. You're not getting as good of a price as if you were trying to buy these lows, but you're getting in right where, we're reverting the move. So I prefer to enter like this. Now, the problem is these often get stuffed, and that's probably why I didn't take this one, because the first one usually doesn't work, right? It gets stuffed. So then there was a second one, and I think a third one, and I think I tried on this third one here. Let's put the executions. Yes, that's the first one I tried. And then we got stopped out, and then I tried on the second one, and that's when we had follow through, pull back, and then follow through, right? Now you could argue enter on the break, enter right on the break, and then add on the pullback. That's probably a better way to do it, but sometimes this runs away from you, so I just added, and the risk was within the limits, so it was fine. So personally, I prefer breakouts. Now, I prefer them when they are horizontal rather than a descending trend like this. Because what happens when it's the descending trend is you have many levels to contend with. You see, when you break out, you have to contend with this high, this high, this high, this high. So there's a lot of areas where you could pull back from. And you could see we push lower, we push higher, we hit this, and then you pull back. You push higher, you hit this, and then you pull back again. So it's not as clean as if you had just a horizontal and single level to contend with. Now, the other thing is we're looking at this at a very tight time frame. We're looking at this on a 1 minute time frame, but ideally, you want to do this on maybe a higher time frame. Maybe if you're scalping, maybe a 5 minute or even a 15 minute, right? They look cleaner. Now we're trading the open. This is why it's tight like that. But usually I'll go up. I'll go up a time frame or two, maybe a 5 or a 15, to look for a cleaner continuation. Now this would have been a good candidate of a sideways breakout, but again, there's always context to anything. Now, what I do is I'll have my highs at I'll have the highs of the consolidation at the closes, and then I'll have a second line at the wicks right here. Usually it's like a dotted line, because this area here inside this, I call it no man's land, because that's where we might get rejection again. And the context is important, because if we're getting this breakout right at the New York Open, there's a high likelihood that it'll get stuffed. And that's what happened. And I'm sure if I copy this, it's going to be the exact area where we got stuffed. So the width of this consolidation, I copy it here. Look at this. Right here, you see that wick there? That's exactly where we got stuff. So anybody who got in here got a one-to-one trade and then sold off. Now they tried to get back in right here at the lows. It didn't work. And if I copy this consolidation right here, look at this. This is another one-to-one trade. So anybody who got short got their one-to-one, and that's where we reversed from and we pushed higher. So what I'm aiming for and what I'm trying to get is like an extra move up. So if you copy this consolidation, you go up another move, right? You're going to these 300. So that's what I'm looking to get, but we might not get it. So we'll see. All right. So I think I hope this answers your question. SLK says, calling it a day. All right. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. Usam, yes, I map it on higher time frames, and that's what you're seeing right here. Yes, it would definitely be cleaner. So anyways, I hope this explains why I prefer breakouts versus pullbacks. I'm better at trading them. That's what I started trading as a beginner. So yeah, honestly, breakouts are just you breaking a level. So there's people make strategies sound complicated, but if you have a consolidation that is horizontal like this, or if you have a consolidation that is oblique like this, or if you have a consolidation that is forming a wedge like this, they're all the same setup. Because what you're betting on is that price is going to break the line in one direction, right? Either up or down, up or down. So they're all the same setup. They're all the same thing, right? What's different is if you're betting for the line to hold. So all these fit in the same category. They're all breakouts, whether it's a downtrending trend line, uptrending trend line, whether it's the consolidation is like this, and then you're trying to break down and you're trying, they're all breaks. That's why they're called breakouts. They're all the same category. What's a different category is if instead, if you're betting for the line to hold. So let me delete this really quickly. So instead of a break, you're betting for, let's say you have a trend, right? And then you're betting price is moving like this. And then you buy here, you buy the pullback, and you're betting for the line to hold. And that would be the pullback. But that's the trade I don't prefer as much. All right, we're selling pretty hard, so I probably want to get out of my position. Let's see, London closed. Let me look at the volume. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty sharp. All right, I'm just gonna close this. We're out. We are more or less break even on the day. I would say 50 bucks loss. So little red day. I'll try to recover it after the stream. I want better price action. If I don't recover it today, we'll get it back tomorrow because we're not getting follow through, right? After this push, we pull back. We should have gotten a higher high and another pullback and a continuation before getting this drop, right? This is messy price action. We're still, if we look at one standard deviation above, one standard deviation below, we're still inside this whole range. So I don't want to be fighting this. We could do this and then go here and then go here. This is not a great day for me to trade. Usam saying, I learned something new. Never look at breakouts on an in-cloud downtrend. I always mark the top of the range and the bottoms. This slant technique is great. Yeah. You need to look at the price, the way it's behaving, right? Is it doing equal lows or higher lows, etc.? So I'm glad I could help there. Stop loss would be range low or breakout candle low. Well, you're welcome. Lavin, to answer your question, that's going to depend on your risk tolerance, right? For example, on a day like today, when we're not getting clean price action, you saw that I took this very late entry here, and my stop went all the way to the low, because honestly, that is the correct error. That's the correct place to put your stop. Why? If you're not thinking, if we're not, if you think we had infinite size, if you get in here, if price is constructive, it shouldn't go and retest this area. Sorry, buyers should go and get and step in before. So your stop is going below the pivot low. It's a group of candles. But if you're only considering this single candle right here, let's say you got in here and you're putting your stop here, then you're putting your stop not based on price structure. You're only putting your stop based on your size, on your entry. And that's not the best approach. I understand why people do it. I do it sometimes when, you got in too late. Today's a pretty good example. I got in a little bit late. Probably should have waited for the pullback, but what you want to be risking is the prior low, right? So you want to be risking this. You don't want to be risking this until you've made a higher high. And then your stop can only move after you've done the first pullback. So you saw that I didn't move my stop to break even as soon as this pulled up because I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if it's going to do this and then pull back here and then move up. I have to wait for the first pullback. Now, fortunately for me, we had the pullback. My entry was here, so I could put my stop above my entry and then wait. But yeah, ideally you want to put your stops based on price structure, not just based on your entries. This is why you have to try to fight to get good entries and to get good stops. Anyways, guys, hopefully this explained a lot. Awesome. I'm glad we were able to recover. Of course, now price is reverting back to the upside, but whatever. We'll get back tomorrow. We don't have to battle the price too much. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the markets tomorrow.